Ace Podcast.
Hey, this is Aaron.
And this is Craig.
And you're listening to my favorite podcast, Don't Wake the Kids.
On the Ace Podcast Network.
Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Wake the Kids. You know my name. You know who I am.
But do you know my name?
They should by now.
By now, if you haven't figured out, it's Chris.
That's Chris.
And he's Randall for those who don't know.
If you don't know, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What did they just started tonight, man?
Well, they shouldn't have started with the latest episode. I don't know.
You got to get them hooked. Each episode's got to hook the viewer so they come back.
I think that's one thing that bugs me when new people listen. It bothers me to think that they might start at episode 1 because it's so bad. I think I was literally just recording episode 1 on my laptop with the microphone that's built into the laptop, and I didn't know how to edit. Actually, it was like the first 3 or 4 episodes are like that before I got a microphone, and then even then my editing skills were very subpar. So
well, then they can listen to that to appreciate what they have now. Like, see that, hey, this guy's coming far along.
That's the only good reason. I mean, the episodes aren't necessarily bad. There's good, like my guests were good, and conversation was pretty good. I think it's just the sound quality sucks.
It's all right. Got updated nowadays, technology and whatnot. You and your fancy 2 microphones.
I just
your own
had to
studio
get
room
shit.
Now.
Yeah, I love this room. This is my escape room.
It is pretty cool little man cave. I'm not gonna lie. Is that what you call it, a man cave?
It's the studio, man.
The studio man.
It is my cave. I wouldn't call it the man cave because I'm a man child.
Yeah, we've obviously seen where your balls are locked up. Just kidding. Not really.
I really need to get some shelves put up in here because I have so many toys that are just sitting in a box in the garage.
That sounds less like a man cave, more like a child.
That's what I said.
Yep, you did. You're talking about like little toys, like little figurines?
Oh, I've got a bunch of Funko Pops and Game of Thrones Mystery Minis Pops, and I've got some Jay and Silent Bob figures. I don't know. I've got a lot of toys that I just really need to put somewhere.
So no like Ninja Turtles or G.I. Joes, Transformers?
I do have some G.I. Joes. I don't think I have any Ninja Turtles anymore.
Dude, I had the Ninja Turtle Troll. Do you remember those? That was probably the weakest Ninja Turtle toy out there, the Ninja Turtle Troll.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's like, I think it was like a toy probably directed for, now this is me, I don't know. It's a toy that you could sit there and like, they had like the troll hair. Remember those little trolls?
Oh, yeah.
Troll hair?
I don't guess I've ever seen those.
They combined the Ninja Turtle with the troll.
That's weird.
Yeah, I had me one of those.
Your burp smells awful.
It's finally kicking in. No circulation.
It's so bad. I turned the fan off so that it's not too loud, and I need it.
Well, it was brought to you by Mr. Pibb, Gino's Pizza, and the Salad Bar.
Gross. Well, I guess we should get started.
I guess we could.
If you haven't yet, I'm trying not to mention this every episode because I know it can get annoying for those of you that listen all the time and have done this. But if you haven't yet, go to facebook.com/don'twakethekids and like, follow, share, all that. Then the same thing on Twitter and Instagram is at DWTK Podcast. We have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/DWTK Podcast. If you like the show, throw me $1 a month. $10 a month, whatever. There's a bunch of different tiers. You can check it out. And we also have a merch store, dwtk.threadless.com. There's some cool shit on there.
For anybody that's watching live, you get to watch me rocking one of the shirts off the website.
If they're watching live, they already subscribe to Patreon and they know.
Well, all right then. A little redundant there.
Yeah. Patreon, that's another benefit of the Patreon. If you donate to the Patreon, you get to watch us record this live. You get to see all the fuck-ups that I cut, all of the random tangents that just don't make it into the show.
The good, juicy details we leave out.
Everything goes on the Patreon live stream. But those of you listening at home on your phone next day, well, I guess not next day, next week.
Like next week.
Actually, now with the way the recording schedule, we're recording 2 weeks ahead. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So no real current events going on in these episodes. I'm not going to be giving you any news because you'd be getting it 2 weeks after it happened, which I've never done that, but oh well. Also, for those of you that do donate to the Patreon, I know it's been a while, for a very long time for some of you. Everyone that donates, I believe it's $5 or more to the Patreon, gets a vinyl decal.
Hell yeah.
Throw that on your car or whatever. I gave up on my wife. She's just never going to get around to making them. So I'm actually going to pay somebody to make them for me. So I've already talked to them. They're going to make them. So I'll be getting them soon and I'll get those shipped out to you guys. I have your addresses. And those of you that want to donate to the Patreon, $5 a month will get you a decal.
Will we have those decals available on the website at all or on the Threadless? No.
Nope.
Ooh, something personal from Randall.
This is just for Patreon. I'm hoping, I know they did a survey for everyone that has a Threadless store, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. And that was one of the things they asked if we would like, is stickers. So hopefully they get
stickers. They
start
cool.
selling stickers. But as of right now, no. The Patreon subscribers of $5 or more are the only ones that get the sticker.
Man, I have a collection of stickers. I don't know what to put it on. Like, I'm too scared to put it on a vehicle because I'm afraid I'm just going to trade that vehicle in or wreck it at some point in my life. So I don't like stickers on vehicles. The vinyl decals are fine because they come off. When you want to take them off, they come off fairly easy. Don't leave any spare paper behind. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a guitar case, but I just don't play the guitar enough where it would mean a lot to put it on there.
In my bedroom when I was in high school, I had a wall that any sticker that I got from anywhere, and I had some really stupid stickers, but I just stuck them to the wall. And this was in a double wide trailer with, I mean, that's not wallpaper or the walls aren't painted. It's just like this. I don't even, anybody that's ever been in a trailer, you know what the walls are like. My parents were so mad when I moved out and they had to get some Goo Gone and scrape that shit off.
The old Pierce trailer, man.
I'm so glad to be not living in a trailer anymore. Not that there's anything bad.
Dude, I have a friend that lives in it's like, I guess I would call it a fancy trailer park. And I guess the biggest reason why I call it fancy is one, it has electronic gate entry.
Oh.
I've never known a trailer park to ever have that. But she's got this
high-class rednecks.
Pretty much exactly what it feels. I mean, it's in Missouri, so if that helps you any, kind of picture
capital
this.
of the world.
Yeah, hey, and there's a liquor store at every gas station. So if you stop there and you're feeling a little buzz, you want to get your little buzz on, stop at any local gas station there in Missouri.
That's funny.
But no, I mean, like, they were actually all really nice, and people had, like, yards and stuff around them. They had space. It weren't like they were on top of each other, but it was mostly just like a retirement. Like a bunch of older people and stuff lived in there. But yeah, it was just a nice little trailer park. Gated community.
Wow. But hey, I gotta tell you this story. This is so stupid. Oh my God. I laughed so hard at myself. It was maybe 3 nights ago. I was getting ready for bed, and every night before I go to bed, I pack up my gym bag with all of my work clothes and boots and everything is in my bag, and shower stuff. Because in the morning I get up, I put on my gym clothes, I take that bag, go to the gym, work out, and then change into my work clothes. Well, I was getting ready for bed, so I was packing up that bag. I could not find my gym shorts. I spent 20 minutes at least wandering the house, tearing shit up, trying to find these shorts. I was getting so fucking mad. I was literally like, my face was red. I was throwing things. I was just so mad at myself because I couldn't figure out what I did with them. And I finally pretty much just gave up and I was going to go to bed. And I realized I was wearing them. But I was standing next to the bed and Amy's laying in bed and I just start laughing, hysterically laughing. I couldn't stop. I was like wheezing. I was laughing so hard. She's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I told her and she started laughing really hard. But I told my boss that story. And he one-upped me so much more than I could have ever imagined. He said a couple of years ago, he got home from work, took off his clothes, but then he remembered he had to go to Walmart to have a key copied. So he threw his shirt back on and he got his shoes. He drove to Walmart, got out, started walking towards the store. He wanted to make sure he had the key in his pocket. So he went to stick his hand in his pocket to get the key, and he realized he was in his underwear.
Oh
he never put his pants back on.
Dude, that was like my biggest childhood fear.
Right.
I was always going to forget my pants and walk somewhere in my underwear. Wow.
So he's walking through the Walmart parking lot wearing shoes, a t-shirt, and tidy whities.
He probably didn't really look too far off from the rest of the people, especially depending on what time he went to Walmart, too.
He said, though, if he had the key, he probably just would have went ahead and gone in and done it.
That would have been so awesome. I'd have been like the most awkward conversation, like, sir, we can't make your key.
The sign says no shoes, no shirt, no service. I got shoes and a shirt.
Yeah, didn't say anything about pants. Man. I was always scared that would ever happen to me. I'm glad I have somebody else.
Yeah, that's like everyone has that nightmare of showing up to school naked or whatever. And
I know.
Maybe not showing up to Walmart without your pants on, but it's in the same.
I mean, still, you see everybody at Walmart. You always run into somebody at Walmart, or at least at some point in time.
Yeah, especially in these small towns.
Oh yeah, especially in Arkansas. I mean, it's so crazy that it's such a rare commodity in California. But
Walmart.
Yeah. But it's so much it's so big around here.
We live in the home of Walmart, so we have so many of them. Yeah. It's like literally within a 15-minute drive, we've got 5. Actually, from where we are right now, from your house, I would say 5. From here, 6. Yeah. 20 minutes though, it would be 7.
You know what? Also, California doesn't have that we have here. McDonald's sweet tea.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of places.
My dad was very depressed when he went to California and could not get a sweet tea. The only place we found successfully, I think, was Popeyes has sweet tea.
Oh yeah, it's a southern cooked chicken.
Yeah, good old Popeyes.
Yesterday I was driving. Where did I go? I don't know. I took the kids to go get some food. I let go of the steering wheel and was using my leg to steer. And Emerson from the back seat yelled at me, "Daddy, the car can't drive itself." I had no idea what she was talking about. I was so confused. Like, what do you mean? I know the car can't drive itself. I'm driving it. She said, "You're not holding it." I was like, "Oh, my leg is steering." She's like, "That doesn't count."
Yeah, both hands on the wheels, Dad.
I thought that was funny though.
That's right. Ronnie one time, he yelled at me because I gunned it on a left-hand turn. Probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I gunned it a left-hand turn and it scared the crap out of him. And he was like, "Don't you ever do that again." I was like, "You're right. You're right, little guy. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again with you in the vehicle."
That's funny. So you went to a water park? I wouldn't call that a water park, really. It's like a public pool with extra stuff.
Yeah, it's what they like to call a water park around here. A public pool with lots of slides. But
lots.
I mean, there was let's see, 2, 4. There's 6 slides.
Is that counting the 2 regular slides that go into the regular pool?
They don't actually have any slides going in the regular pool anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've only got they got 6 slides. That's not counting anything that goes into the pool, and they got one little kiddie slide, which is about maybe 3 feet long, that goes into to the kiddie pool. I mean, it's not bad. It's not the best. I mean, for $8, wasn't too bad, I thought, for my opinion. And they've actually, a really cool thing I've noticed there, I've never seen before, I thought I was going to be badass attempting it, was a rock climbing wall. Where one of the diving boards used to be, now is a rock climbing wall, and it goes pretty high.
Does it do the arch over the water?
No, it actually arches back, but I don't like that. It's kind of weird.
But it arches away from the pool?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it arches towards the water, then back a little bit. So you're kind of climbing up. It's kind of like, I mean, it's not real slanted, not a real big slant or anything. But I mean, if you fall off it, you're falling in the water. You're not.
Okay.
You're not gonna fall off somewhere else, unless you're just an idiot and attempting to jump out of the pool. But that's on you, bro. But anyways, first of all, I thought I would attempt this rock climbing wall, and I thought it'd be, I'm with a girl, her mom and kids there, and so I'm like, I've got to, show off and be this. I got to be this macho guy. Of course. And all 3 people in front of me, they all climb to the top and slap and jump off, and I was like, man, they make it look so easy. So I get in the water after this little kid, she attempted, and she didn't get very far. I mean, I want to say 2 or 3 feet off the water. And so I'm like, all right, I got this. I can do this. I'm going to show these people how it's done. I get in there and swim. I'm like, all right, got this. Get on the wall, start climbing. And I realize once I reach out of the water, that gravity still goes back into effect. I'm sitting there and just climbing and climbing and climbing. And I look down and I've only made probably about the 2 or 3 feet that the girl had made. And I looked up and I was like, that is a lot of work just to jump in the water.
But you started, so you had to finish it, right?
No. I ungracefully just fell off and got out.
I bet you looked so cool.
Let me tell you, man, when you got a 30-year-old guy climbing up about 2 feet and then just falling off the rock wall, I felt like the coolest guy there at the time. But the mom, she was like, I wouldn't have got that. That's farther than I would have got. I'm trying to make me feel better. I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks.
That's funny.
But then, dude, there's this little bear trap they have. It's called like the Splash Bowl or something. And all it is one of those slides, but it goes down into a funnel.
Oh, yeah. I've been on that one at that park.
That works. That's awesome.
The toilet bowl?
Yeah, I guess what you would call it, the toilet bowl. That's awesome and great and everything when you're going down, sliding down the water. But just because you keep sliding up the funnel, doesn't mean the water's going to go with you. My back was scratched up like no other, man. I felt like I had some crazy sex and some chick was just like, I don't know, best description. Felt like someone dipping their claws in my back and everything. It's all looking red and whatnot. So I would never suggest the splash toilet bowl.
I would say...
unless you're lighter than me.
Yeah, I was going to say if you're light, it's okay because you don't build up so much momentum that you go back up above the water line. I never had that problem.
Sorry, I'm just a big dude, man, coming down that little hole.
Coming down the little hole.
Hey, man. I had a lot of fun. Only thing my complaint is hitting those slides when you're coming down the very bottom with all that water at the bottom. As a guy...
Wedgie City.
Oh, no. Wedgies wasn't a problem. First thing, every time as soon as I hit the water at the very bottom is just my balls go slap up to my chest almost. And that hurts, man. That is painful.
Yeah.
No, okay. I got one question for you, though. So I'm going at the water park, and we hang around the kiddie pool section.
Oh, really, Chris?
Yes.
Do you have something to admit to me?
I'm with a girl and her child and her mother, and so we're hanging out. We're there with the kid and stuff, and he's obviously gonna be the center of attention. So we hang out at the kiddie pool for him. I am like scared to death to walk into this kiddie pool, and I'm not sure if it's just normal for me or does this process come to a lot of other people. All I can think about with all those children sitting there is how much piss is in there. Like, am I really just floating around in water, or is that just half urine?
I would say it's probably a good at least 5% urine.
5%? Really? That's a lot lower than what I was thinking.
Oh, I mean, there's so much water in there. I don't think and plus it's being filtered constantly, and they're not gonna fill it up halfway and then let a bunch of kids come in so that it fills it up the rest of the way.
I hope not.
So it's not half pee. No, I'd say it's probably 5%. It's probably a good number. There's a lot more pee than I want to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not cool with floating around in the OP water.
I mean, just that's any pool. Even the big public pool there's enough urine in there. But that's what the chlorine's for, man.
I think before I worked in a hospital, that thing never really bothered me. But now working in a hospital, I just think of weird stuff like that when I'm out. I'm like,
like the kids crawling around on the hospital floors.
Oh God, yes, that's my number one pee. I can't stand when I see kids crawling around like hands and knees. Just man, there's some MRSA.
Guys, parents out there, don't let your fucking kids play on hospital floors.
Please, if you
especially if you're going to like the emergency room, if you're waiting for the 12 hours that it takes you to go through the emergency room in the United States, don't let the kids play on the floor.
Here, I got even one better for you. If you're going to the emergency room, don't bring your kids, please. If you have any way possible, if anyone watching your kids, that would be the better option. Because that is a cesspool of everything that's coming through in that town right now.
Plus, it's just miserable being in a waiting room that long with kids.
Yes. I mean, I understand you got to do what you got to do if you don't have anyone to watch the kids, but if you have an option, please take it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, there's a lot of pee in there. But, like I said, that's what the chlorine's for. So you roll around in the kid urine, and then just go jump in the big person pool, and it's more chlorinated, less pee.
What, you think the big people don't pee in the pool?
Well, I said less pee. I didn't say no pee. Do you think it's who's more likely to pee in a pool? Like once you're over the age of 20, do you think it's like the under 40s people pissing in the pool, or is it the people that are over 40? Are they pissing in the pool?
40 and under 40 and over 40. That's a weird number to go from, but I guess maybe I'm trying to. I would say the younger, under 40, just because. Only reason I say it because I was a kid. I guess I just assume everyone kind of thinks like I did. I didn't give a shit. It was a big toilet. I used to pee like no other, and that's why I guess assume just everyone else just pees in the pool.
That's why you're thinking that kiddie pool's half pissed because you just did it so much.
Exactly. I mean, when you're in the water, dude, it's so relieving. No one knows, and like that's so much extra work to get into the toilet when I was younger.
You're missing out on fun walking away from the pool.
Exactly, man. But nowadays, I am way weirder about that, I guess.
Yeah.
Told you, the whole hospital thing, really changes your perspective on life.
Man, oh, fuck. You just reminded me. This whole piss in the pool conversation. I keep seeing... I'm a member of a lot of these Facebook groups that basically just make fun of dumb people. There's people out there that they call it aged urine. It's basically urine that they put in a jar for 3 days and then they use it for different things, like rinsing your eyeballs out. I couldn't tell you what they think that's going to do for them, but there's I saw one where it was this little girl in a bathtub full of urine. It was just urine. It's just, don't.
I've heard of water sports, but that's just a whole nother level.
You piss in the toilet and you flush it. Or you piss on a tree and... You don't have to do anything with it. It's just gone. Don't save it. What are you doing? No.
Oh, looky there. That's the old 2017. That was a good year.
The only people that do that, this is, I'm guessing here, but only people that do that also believe vaccines cause autism. Logically, that's my conclusion. Fucking, it's so stupid. Let's get into trending. Oh, man. This week's hashtag is older people sayings.
Yes.
The first one comes from @Rachel's Ratchet. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground.
@Go Get Your Life. Come and give me some sugar. Wow, I hear that actually a lot.
Oh, yeah, you work around a bunch of old people.
Yep, exactly.
In the hospital.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Are all these old people telling you to come get some sugar?
No, I've actually had some of the patients being talked to because I've asked some of the women to come give them sugar.
My grandpa's like that. He flirts with nurses so bad.
Man, when I'm an old dude in the hospital, I want to be the old flirty perv.
I don't. I don't, because I've just seen so many, just watching my grandpa flirt with these chicks, and it's funny when I'm watching him, but then when I watch them and I see how uncomfortable they are, I don't want to do that.
I don't know, I've seen a bunch of old dudes get away with a whole lot more than they should, just because they're old.
Yeah, doesn't make it right. Oh, the next one comes from @FlyTheBlueW. Get off your computer, I need to use the phone. That one's not super old.
I got @Mr. Race Bannon.
We've used his a bunch.
Yeah, he was last week, I think, too, also. He does. I don't care if it's a good deal. I'm not buying a car that's built by Japs. My grandpa has actually said that to me once.
I've heard it from yeah. Those guys are sadly dying off, though. Sadly, as in it's sad that generation is dying off. Not so sad that the racists are dying off. And our last one comes from @ChristyJ42. My knee hurts. It's gonna rain.
Hey, I've actually used that in high school myself. It wasn't my knee, though. It was my ankle.
Yeah, because you heard old people saying it.
I guess so.
You didn't just come up with that.
I have an old soul. Maybe I'm like secretly a 90-year-old lady in a 30-year-old male's body.
I believe that.
Okay.
I see them titties.
I know this is kind of random and stuff, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. Have you seen the video? It was Atlanta BBC, which I don't think is real, but it was talking about this teenage.
Wait, it was Atlanta BBC?
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's real.
Well, there is a BBC US.
Well, this one says Atlanta. It was BBC, then it goes to the next page, Atlanta.
Huh.
There's this teenage, African American, going to school and stuff, and he's like, yeah, it's like, I realize why I don't get along with people at school and stuff because I'm a 40-year-old male trapped in a teenage black kid's body. And And he was just like walking around, like button up shirts and like khakis and stuff, and just like talking with old people, drinking, eating brunch or something, and drinking coffee with them. It was just kind of, I don't think it was real because it shows that the mom at the very end goes, he ain't no 40-year-old white man. He's a 13-year-old black kid that gets ass in school. And that's pretty much how it ended. But it was just, I don't know. Apparently, people are also identifying themselves as older people, and
for some reason, I get along with elderly women really well. Like I don't know. I enjoy talking to them and helping them out with whatever they need help with. So I can relate to that on a certain level.
Have you ever had an older woman grope you?
No.
Working in the hospital, that happens a lot more than what I ever planned on.
That's no thanks.
Not just patients either, man. Some of those nurses, they get lonely and desperate, I guess.
Oh.
But it was all playing good and stuff, just very unexpected.
Wow. Well,
hey man, I had one lady, big old lady. We're gonna go with another state. She is named after a state, but I'm gonna call her Florida.
Her name's probably not Oklahoma.
No, it's definitely not Oklahoma.
Wait, hold on. Georgia.
I'm just saying it's Florida.
Georgia. Called it.
She looked at me one day, man, and this lady was, had a good 30 years on me.
On top of you, huh?
Yeah, tell me about it. So we're sitting there, and she just looks at me, and she goes, Chris. I was like, yeah. She goes, if I was about 20 years younger, I'd take you home and break you in half, boy. And let's just say that set an awkward tone for the rest of the day. That was a coworker, not a patient.
And it made it awkward for the rest of the day because you were walking around considering it, weren't you?
No. I was afraid she would take me home and break me in half, man. This lady was a big old lady. I don't think the age was going to stop her. It's probably the cigarettes.
Well, let's get into parenting advice.
All right.
This week's question comes from MILF, codename MILF. Her question...
Wonder what that means.
I don't know. I've never heard that term before. Yeah. Her question is, as a single mom, how long should I date a guy before I introduce him to my son? It's a good question.
Interesting. I've dated a few single moms here and there. And
you're dating a single mom right now, aren't you?
Well, I am. Well, yes, I am.
I would say I'll give my advice and then we'll see what you think. I think with that, every situation's different. It depends on how comfortable you are with the guy and how your kid reacts to new people in general. I don't think there's not a clear-cut answer for that. It's really more a feeling of when you feel it's time, then it's time.
Okay.
I don't have any quippy answer for that one. That's kind of a straight up question that I feel like needs a straight up answer.
Yeah, I dated a couple. I remember I dated one of the first moms I ever dated. She was very reserved about me coming around her kid and stuff, and she just she didn't want a lot of guys coming in and out of this kid's life, which I respect. I understood that, so I was cool with it. And then the other one, she just kind of like guys coming in and out without the kid's life. And that was it was awkward. You could see how it played on the kid, whatnot. I don't like one right now. She's pretty reserved about it. And, just like you said, not really care. There's a lot of factors that play into it.
Yeah.
I don't think, like I said, I don't like the whole day one, we're banging and boom, oh, here's my kid, by the way.
Right.
That's a little awkward for, the guy and the kid and the mom for some people. Yeah, I say give it time. And if it's going to work out and stuff, one, the guy's going to have to get used to having the kid around.
Right.
And two,
that's a big factor on whether or not it will work out.
Yeah, at this point in time, usually for people with kids and stuff, they're looking more for something to eventually, somebody to settle down with. That is kind of the...
Yeah, like you mean people our age?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Fuck. Guys our age wanting to find a single girl with no kids, it's like a unicorn almost.
Yeah, and usually though, at that point, she's probably not going to have kids. For the most part, for what I've seen, girls that are without kids at this age, because usually there's a reason, or two, they're just holding themselves out for
Yeah.
I'm not saying that every single girl
blanket statement, but
yeah.
Yeah,
just from the people that I know in my experience around here
in this area. Yeah, no, yeah. I can agree with that. Not to say it's like that everywhere and everyone's like that, but in this area, that's a majority. Yeah, I could agree with that. So we're going to do something different this week, something I thought would be fun. I got this idea from watching one of the consultants that works with my wife. She was doing, on Friday the 13th, she was doing a horror trivia. I kick ass at horror trivia. And I won. Like, I won it by a long shot. And I ended up giving my winnings away because I didn't want pearls. But
you don't know pearls, man?
No, I'm not. I don't need them. So I gave them to the person that got second place. I'm pretty sure she was answering. So Facebook Live, when you comment, it doesn't always go in order. So like I might say my answer and some people might see it first, but then they type something and then it comes up, or somebody else types something, it comes up before mine. It's all, I don't know. They need to fix that shit, but it comes in out of order at different times for different people. So I would say something and I would see she immediately responded with the same answer. And then sometimes while I'm typing, I hit enter and look up, and right above my answer is hers, the same thing. I'm pretty sure she was just answering the same thing that I was typing, and sometimes it would come up before mine. Oh. It's a pretty genius strategy. But anyway, so I gave it away. Well, that's so far off subject here, but I had a fun time doing the trivia. So I called Chris up and asked him if he was any good at horror trivia, and
fortunately, nope.
He doesn't know horror. So we decided to do 90s music trivia, since we both have a decent knowledge of 90s music.
I think there's even a video of us. What exactly? I don't even know what you call it. Was just causing mayhem at my parents' house to the old Backstreet Boys?
Oh God, yeah. Shit. Does that still exist?
I don't know. I want to find that and the whole Mortal Kombat spear dance I did.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I thankfully wasn't a part of that one.
Nope, Alex was.
That was I would say the dancing around the house acting like an idiot to Backstreet Boys was less embarrassing than that.
Well, pretty much like I had a coffee table full of stuff, and I just thought it was cool that I would just slide across it and knock everything down. And it was a lot of fun. No shame.
So we each prepared 10 questions. So we're gonna, I guess, if you can go first if you want, or I can go first. We're just gonna go back and forth asking these questions.
Okay.
All right. So if you want to go first, you can go ahead and ask a question, and I'll answer it and hopefully get it right.
In 1996, LeAnn Rimes debuted with her number one song, Blue. She was pretty young at the time. I remember whenever LeAnn Rimes came into the scene in the 90s, but she was really young at the time. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if you knew how old LeAnn Rimes when she blew up.
Oh, God. Man, I was really hoping you were going to go with, like, who originally sang that song, which is Patsy Cline. But
of course. Can't be that easy.
How old was she? That was in, what year, 96?
96.
I'd say she's probably, so 96, I was 9, 14?
Ooh, very close. That's actually 13 is how old she
13,
was.
Damn.
But I remember when 14 is when I remember them talking about being a 14-year-old country singer. It was they're on the radio, at least up north. It was on the radio a lot. They're talking about some 14-year-old girl singing. But yeah, 13 years old country singer.
All right. Man, I'm kind of bummed I missed that, but I'm also stoked at the same time that I was close.
Yes.
All right, here's an easy one for you. Start off very easy. What was Lisa Lopez of TLC's nickname?
Oh, I love Chasing Waterfalls, one of my favorite all-time songs of the 90s, and that would be Left Eye. Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
I think I might have made mine too easy for you, Chris, because they don't get much harder than that, honestly.
Oh, I'm sorry if I made mine really hard then.
Well, I told you I only put down questions that I absolutely knew the answer right away. I didn't want to ask anything unfair.
All right.
Like how old someone was in 1996, you asshole.
Sorry. Okay. Well, to me, I remember when she came out, that was a big ordeal. That she was really young and hitting the red.
I don't remember because, like I said, I was 9.
Well, I was what, 10?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I was just saying.
And we've also established, though, your memory is a lot better than mine.
Oh, true. Well, okay, I'm sorry about this one then.
Fuck.
You watch Wayne's World. You like Wayne's World,
I
right?
have never... I've got it right there. I've never seen Wayne's World all the way through.
Okay, you at least know about the iconic Bohemian Rhapsody
yes.
Scene?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, originally, whenever they were making that movie, that the studio shot down the whole Bohemian Rhapsody.
Nope, didn't know that.
Oh.
I don't know. I've
You've
never seen Wayne's World all the way through. I don't know really anything about it.
Oh, man. Well, there was a popular rock band at the time, during the 90s, that Wayne's World was actually wanting to use instead of Queen Bohemian Rhapsody. It wasn't really, the song wasn't that big at the time, and Queen had kind of faded. I was to see if you knew which rock band in the 90s that was originally Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I would have never.
Sorry, man.
No, don't know Wayne's World, so.
Oh man, this is gonna be a.
Chris is cheating, pulling out all these.
These are like questions I've thought to myself. Pretty much.
Sure.
Not like questions I've looked up.
Sure.
I just remember seeing that one across on Reddit before.
All right. Well, here's one that you're not gonna get.
Okay.
What punk band from the 90s takes their name from a horror movie monster?
You are probably 99% correct because I'm trying to think of, punk bands.
It's one of my all-time favorite punk bands.
Now I'm really like trying to think of what horror movie.
Whoa. Nothing?
No, I am stumped on this one. I can't even think of a band with a horror monster.
Pennywise.
Oh, wow. You know what? I just made that connection. Holy crap.
You never
You were even
that?
talking about it earlier today.
Yeah.
Earlier today. It's like,
I was going to give you a hint, but I needed you to get a loss on that one.
No, wow. I forgot. I didn't even think about that. Wow. Yeah. You stopped me on that one. All right. Maybe you might know this one. Were you a Batman fan growing up at all?
Yeah.
Oh,
of
shit.
course.
I just gave away the answer.
Was I a Batman fan?
Okay.
Was this regarding Prince?
No, not Prince.
No?
It's actually, how about this? What singer did Batman Forever blow up? Made him, pretty popular. Real popular song. If I'd sing it, you would know who it is. I know you know the song. Everybody knows the song, and if you don't, I feel sorry for you and everybody else.
I don't.
Batman Forever. It was one with the Joker and Two-Face in it.
Do you know how long it's been since I've seen those, though? I watched the first one maybe 2 years ago, but the others are so bad that I haven't watched them.
I'm kissed by a rose again.
Seal?
Yes. Dude, we won a Grammy after that.
I won't take the win on that one because I didn't know if you hadn't sang it, but
I know
no.
I told you if I sang the song.
I don't remember that being in Batman at all.
Oh, it was that was the greatest song ever at that time, man. That was like I liked that song better than I liked the Batman movie at the time, which is a lot for a kid my age.
Those movies were so bad though.
Nothing beats the George Clooney.
No, that's everything beats George Clooney Batman.
Bat nipples.
All right, your third question. Who wrote Sinead O'Connor's hit song Nothing Compares to You?
See, this one, I want to say, was it Bono?
No.
I just seen the 2 so I thought maybe, yeah.
Prince.
Prince? I can see that. Huh.
Which, fun fact, is my all-time favorite song.
Which fun fact is your all-time
Nothing Compares to You is my all-time favorite song.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just learned something new about Randall tonight.
Yeah. I have that Sinead O'Connor album on vinyl, and I listen to it.
You know what? I want to say that I've heard you talk about Sinead O'Connor before. I did not realize you had that much of a passion for Sinead O'Connor. So I'm going to have to check the song out.
You don't know the song?
I probably do. I just don't. I don't
know
recognize
the song.
I just don't recognize the title for some reason. I was not a large Sinead O'Connor fan. There's one we were talking about Chumbawamba the other day.
Yeah.
The old tub thumping song. Where did this band originate from? Because this actually kind of blew my mind. I thought it was from somewhere else.
Yeah, no, they're from somewhere in Europe. Are they from England?
Yes, they are.
I thought so.
I thought they were German for some reason. I don't know why. I always thought they were German.
I bought that CD at a thrift store when I lived in Vegas. I listened to it all the way through once and then threw it out the window when I was driving down the highway in Vegas because it is fucking garbage. It is so bad. They're a one-hit wonder for a reason.
Yeah.
Like every other song on that just makes you want to pull your hair out because they have zero talent.
All right. Make sure not to listen to Chumbawamba.
It's so bad.
The greatest hits is only one song.
Right. And it's
Yeah, that's just like a 90s nostalgia.
Yeah, the song that song's really not that good either, but it's compared to the others, it's a hit. All right, this one's a little long. Do you know the song Closing Time?
Oh, we played this many times when we were closing over at Best Buy.
You've heard it. All right, I want you to finish this for me. Closing time, time for you to go back to the places you will be from. Closing time, this room won't be open till your brothers or your sisters come. So gather up your jackets and move it to the exits. What's the next line?
Closing time. You don't have to go home. I know it's not. That's all I can think of. Is that little? You don't have to go. Finish your whiskey and beer. Wow, I don't know it as well as I thought I did. Closing time.
I hope you have found a friend.
Hope you have found a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that does sound familiar.
So gather up your jackets and move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend. Hey, we're tied now.
Which Australian pop duo blew up in the early or late 90s and beginning of 2000s with hits like I Want You, To the Moon and Back, and I Knew I Loved You?
Fuck. I don't know any Australian pop. No. I
had to leave out the one that everyone already knows.
Well, you can't leave it out.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I can't think of a
Truly,
single.
Madly, Deeply was another one of their
Are they
singles.
Australian?
Yes, they are.
Oh my god, that's on the tip of my tongue. Why can't I had this on cassette, then I got it on CD. Savage Garden.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Told you, man. Once I said Truly, Madly, Deeply.
Yeah, but still.
I know. Hey, you got it.
I got it. Yep, there's a little click. That was a high five, guys, for everyone listening. All right. Which Green Day album won a Grammy for Best Alternative Music Album of 1995?
Was it wasn't Dookie. They're not Dookie, are they? Is it someone else's Dookie? Nimrod?
Dookie is the answer.
It was Dookie. Wow. I don't know why I was thinking somebody else was Dookie.
It was Dookie.
Do they have one called Nimrod, or is that something?
I don't know. I never really listened to much Green Day.
Oh,
I liked Dookie.
Dookie was good. Brain Stew was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs to learn how to play when I got my bass.
Time of Your Life. Another turning point, a fork stuck in a road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So take the memories and photographs still framed in your mind. Let's set them on a shelf for a good time. I don't know. I ruined that. So on to the next one. Let's see.
Holy shit.
Let's see. Next, anyways. Which actor turned to music and
Will
Smith? Well, there you go. I can't even finish. Okay.
Will Smith.
There you go. You knew what I meant. Purposely try not to cut.
Yeah, Will Smith.
All right.
That's right?
That was correct.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't let me finish the answer, but yeah, that was correct.
Well, when you said actor and switched to music, I racked my brain really fast trying to think of who, and he was the first one, and I know it's a famous Eminem line.
Yeah.
Will Smith don't got a cuss. All right, so number 6. What Offspring song starts out with the lyrics "Keep 'em separated"?
Trying to think, I'm sitting here going through the lyrics and I can't think of the actual title. It's not Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Gotta keep them separated. Man, why? Offspring is one of those bands, like, I love all the music, but I can never remember any of the titles of their songs, except for Pretty Fly for a White Guy, just because that was their first big one that I ever heard. Keep them separated. Was it something? No. You stumped me again. I mean, you're going to say it, and I'm like, duh.
It's Come Out and Play.
Nope, never mind. I guess I don't remember that title. I mean, I know the song. I just don't remember that title.
Yep.
All right. Well, here we go. What city in America was the birthplace for grunge?
What the fuck? That was my next question for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How did we manage to line that up perfectly?
Jeez.
All right. Well, say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Seattle. All right. We both got a point for that one.
Woo! I wouldn't even pay attention on there. I seen birthplace, but I didn't look any more to what you said.
That's funny. All right. Well, go ahead and give me your next one.
Oh, next one. Taylor Swift is pretty popular, and everyone used to give her crap about, or not really give her crap, but she's real popular because she did the transition from country music to pop. Now, she wasn't the only country singer, come to find out. One that was very popular that my dad really loved listening to in the 90s.
Shania Twain.
Yes. Damn, I barely even got to finish asking that question.
My uncle was a huge, so much in love with Shania Twain.
Yeah. We played Whose Bed Are the Boots Been Under too many times in the car rides.
That's great. All right. Here's another lyric one. What band performed these lyrics? She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good. So I can see There you go.
Yeah! I was actually listening to that song the other day with a certain female.
Certain female. Hi, lady.
Certain lady friend,
All right. What's next?
Let's see. That's the next one. All right. Prince popular song, Party Like It's 1999. You don't have to be 100% accurate on this, but when did this song come out?
Did it not come out in 89?
Close. Actually, 82.
Was it really that old?
Yeah, so it wasn't really even a 90s song, but it was just so popular that I remember everyone playing it around the turn of the century.
That's a cheap shot. That's not 90s music.
I know, sorry.
I'll take the loss on it, but you get a penalty.
Okay, give me a penalty. Penalty point for that one.
All right, who's saying I'm too sexy?
I'm too sexy for much. Like the real singer or the people that, or is it? No, they weren't the fake
who
ones.
performed that song? If you were gonna buy their tape, their cassette tape, you want that song on it?
I know this isn't correct, but I'm gonna say because that's all I can think of right now. It's Vin Diesel.
What? What? No.
Don't ask me why, but that's exactly. I know that's wrong, and I know the person when you pop it up. I bet. But.
Right said Fred. Vin Diesel. Oh my god.
I don't know. If I remember, if we go back to watch the video, didn't the guy like a bald?
I don't remember. Yeah, yeah. So very Metro looking.
I picture Vin Diesel singing the song.
Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, give me your. You have two more questions, right?
No, I started it, so this is my last one.
Okay.
Mariah Carey was like the '90s pop queen.
Sure. I don't know that I agree with that.
1990 is whenever she first came around, so she was there for the whole 90s, man, from beginning to end. This beautiful woman. What song propelled her?
Oh God,
to stardom.
I have no idea. Honey.
No, that's what I thought too. That's what I assumed, but no, it was actually Vision of Love.
I don't know that I've ever heard that.
I honestly kind of remember that song.
All right, Chris, your last question. What pop singer dressed as a Catholic schoolgirl and vowed to stay a virgin until marriage?
Was it Britney Spears?
It was Britney Spears.
Oh, man. I was wanting to think of something crazy, like it was some dude, but when you said Catholic school, that was the only thing I could think of was Britney Spears in the gym with the little pigtails.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby.
All right, so tally it up here. You got 4 right, and I got 5 right.
Now, did we throw my penalty in there also?
You already lost. That's your penalty.
Oh, well, okay. I'm cool with that.
I'll penalize you later.
See, and you still won with the you still won even with my ridiculously hard and cheating questions.
I wouldn't say it's cheating. Just at first you had me really nervous there because right off the bat it was questions that I would have never expected or I didn't expect because there's stuff I had no knowledge on.
Wow.
Yep.
Seems that you beat me in the 90s knowledge.
Yeah, that was a good episode. We're going to wrap it up. Reach the hour mark for the first time with us in a while. Yeah.
We had a lot more to talk about tonight.
Yeah. And I even purposefully left out some segments because I knew it was going to run longer with the trivia. We're going to do that often. Probably not every episode. Maybe like the last episode every month.
That's
somewhere
cool.
Around there. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, a little dad advice for you. It's okay to remove the batteries from annoying toys and tell your kids that they're broken.
Sorry, I don't care.